Talafalava everybody, this is Mani Malauru and this is the Empowerment Training Show where we bring you the people that are out there doing some great work in their community or their chosen profession. We get their wisdom to share with us so that we can empower our own lives, and we are treated this evening with the man himself. I've asked him to come on board and share a bit of wisdom. His name is August Collins. He is the branch manager of Upper Hutt City Fitness, and he's been telling me that he's been at the fitness industry for over a decade or close to a decade now. So really excited to have you on board. Thank you, also.
Yeah, thank you, Bunny, for having me.
Cool, man. Hey, I thought I'd just start by just asking you if you can just share a little bit about yourself, maybe where you're from, and obviously a bit of background, and what your experience has been through lockdown.
Okay. Yeah, cool. No worries. My name's August Collins. I'm Samoan, born here in Wellington, New Zealand. And, a little bit about the lockdown. Like I was saying before, just, lockdown kind of gave me perspective for what's important in life. Gave me some time to slow down and then spend some time on myself, really. Work and social events, friends, and that kind of take a lot of your time, and then you forget to spend some time on yourself, which was good. It's kind of, like I said, gave you perspective and what's important, and focus on that more. Moving forward.
Nice. And during this lockdown period, we've got, I suppose there's a little bit of fear out there. There's a little bit of uncertainty. As you mentioned before, it's just about staying positive. I'm just wondering if you can share with us maybe your process on how you overcome fear and challenge and approach these kind of tough times.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Manny, I'm first and foremost is prayer. Like, I'm a man of faith, so I always pray, and I guess prayer kind of centers my thoughts. It gives me time just to take a step back where it's chaos all over you, all around you. You just want to, center yourself so you're able to deal with those struggles and the tough times. And again, like I've mentioned, perspective, that time where you do just stand still and spend some time on your thoughts kind of gives you perspective. There's probably people out there who are suffering worse than where you are right now. And what can I change? What can I do to change the outcome of where I want to be or where I want to go in the future? And I think, so that's what mainly helps me is some time with, my thoughts, and prayer.
Yeah. And when you say prayer, August, is it something that you do on a daily basis? Is it like a habit for you? You set aside some time every morning or every night? How do you approach that?
Yeah, so prayer, sometimes it is a kind of feeling or urge that just burns inside of you. It's like, you should spend some time in prayer. But like a habit, like you said, like before I enter my workplace, I'll park outside, I'll say a little prayer in the car, just ask God that, just protect where I'm at, protect the place that I'm about to enter, and that we have an awesome day together, and then also, just for covering over my family and that they'll be okay, and whatever comes, I'll be able to handle it. And that's basically it, that's all my prayers that I pray. And I do pray every day, and it's something that I like to impart on my daughter. So it's something that's, start with the food, make sure you pray every time you eat, and, it's up to her after that. Yeah.
That's cool. And I suppose with these kind of situations, yes, there is fear. We've addressed that. There is uncertainty. But on the flip side, there are opportunities that might be, lying out there. I'm just curious if you've seen any opportunities that really excite you, in particular within the industry that you're in at the moment.
Yeah, I think, just the online stuff, like being an expert on it rather than just having it there, and then when the lockdown started, everyone's tried to scramble around to organize their online trainings or online communication with clients and stuff, because you always just rely on that one-on-one connection. rather than, then it becomes, like in the lockdown, you're trying to get a group involved and then trying to organize how you're going to, like portray yourself in front of this, and, this like camera, so to speak. So
Yeah.
I think just building your confidence and your experience of how to do things online is important, and it's an opportunity. I know it's been around for a long time, but I think it's something we take for granted. We can tap into any time, but then when you do tap into it and you don't know how to use it, people are just going to switch off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just
If you
saying,
know what you probably know.
yeah, absolutely. I guess it's another way to connect as well. It's
Yeah.
just another resource that you can tap into, especially for yourself, and managing a team, and getting in
Yeah.
touch with your own team as well as your clients that you actually
Yeah, that's right.
serve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so true. And because we do run a city fitness app, and we've realised that there's a lot of things there that we could improve on. Just to make things a lot smoother for people that are trying to connect to it. But it's part of the process. So it's just learning, those teething problems and then sorting it out at the end. But if we had it all ready from the beginning, then you don't have to worry about it when you're going through it.
Yeah.
I think that's the opportunity, just preparation, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And just going to the leadership side. You're
Yeah.
you're obviously leading the team. You're leading the branch. How many staff do you currently have there at Upper Hutt?
So in total, maybe 25 to 30
Wow.
staff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
that includes group fitness, personal trainers, and then my reception staff
right.
that I look after.
Right.
Yeah.
And during this kind of time, what kind of messages are you feeding off to them to, keep the positivity, keep the morale high through this uncertainty?
Yeah, well, I guess the first and foremost is telling them that they will be getting paid. That's a motivation in itself, is telling them, don't worry about your money, it's still going to be in there,
Yeah.
each week. I guess the other thing is that, just make sure that you stay connected with family and friends, especially the people that, kind of speak positivity in your life. The positive people, make sure that you're surrounded by them. And then I always touch base with them each week, just to see if they're doing all right and how they're doing and things like that.
Yeah.
Just staying connected, really.
Cool. And Gus, what are some of the fundamental qualities that you look for when you are trying to bring people onto your team, or you're trying to, I suppose, have people join your organization? Is there any qualities that you can think of that come to mind that you want to see definitely from these people?
Yeah, I guess we do deal a lot with clients or members or customers who come into the gym. So communication skills is important. Um, Education for me is not really, because it's just someone who is teachable, who is willing to learn, and someone that I can empower, just moving forward. Like a lot of people that I do employ, kids who will just come out of school or they're still in university. One thing I always tell them is that don't stay here. Come here, learn what you need to learn, and then move on. Because it's one of those jobs where there's a start and there's a finish. Because you get to a point where you've learned everything, then rather than stay there for another 2 years, find something else just to challenge you and to build your character, and to experience more of, what the world has to offer. Yeah, it's what I usually tell them.
That's awesome. And what's your biggest challenge when you're dealing with the amount of staff that you're dealing with at the moment? What's some of the challenges when it comes to leadership and people management that you've had to learn and had to actually try and learn some skills to deal with?
Yeah, I think the main thing is understanding who you're leading. Each one is unique, each one is different. So spending some time with them one-on-one, So whether it's like, your morning staff, going in there in the morning and spending some time with them, and then getting an engagement of, what inspires them in life, what makes them, what motivates them, and then what can I do to help them stay motivated. It's one of the key aspects in what I do as a leader, because through this organization or industry, you tend to find that these managers and these leaders, and there's a difference between managers and leaders. Managers can just sit at the back and send the emails and say, get this done, but you need someone on the ground that's leading that team so they know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it,
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And there's always that little bit of overlap, but it's the leader that's able to go out there and really put
Yeah,
themselves on the line in some
yeah,
cases and make some tough decisions.
yeah.
Um, August, given your background, your experience now in the fitness industry, and all the challenges and success that you've um, managed to achieve, what advice would you have for maybe some people out there that are taking this time and they're thinking, "Oh man, this is actually quite tough. It's unusual. It's uncertain." Is there any words of wisdom that you can pass on to them?
I guess probably the main thing is like what I do, just take some time. You don't have to pray, but just take some time for yourself, just to stand still and take everything in. And then, center your mind on one thing and just focus on that, overcome that, and then start moving. The last thing you want to do is, take that time, stand still, and then remain there. So I always encourage people to keep moving. Whatever you're going through, just keep moving. There's always like perspectives. There's probably someone out there who's going through much worse, who probably doesn't have any food on the table, or probably just lost their parents, or lost a child. That gives perspective of where you are and what can you do to overcome whatever you're going through. And another tip is, just to reach out to your mates, people that it might be someone that you haven't spoken to for years, but it's always on your mind.
Mm.
Don't be afraid, do it, because maybe that person has something positive to tell you, or it might be something that you can help him with. And in part, it helps you, overcome whatever you're going through.
Cool. August, what empowers you today?
My family, yeah, is probably number two. My faith is my number one. My family be number two. Just making sure that my family is okay. Parents, my siblings, my daughter, my family. And I think that's what empowers me. And, yeah, it keeps me going. Yeah.
That's cool, man. I'll pass it on to you. Also, are there any last words that you want to share with us? Any thoughts that you might have on your mind that you want to communicate to us?
Uh, no, I think I've basically said everything. Money, it's a privilege to have this time to just have a chat, like a person like yourself. I know you're out there reaching a lot of people, a lot of young people out there, and encourage them, and it's always been in my heart to do the same thing. It's like, me managing or leading a team. The people that I bring in my circle, the guys that I lead, I make sure that they leave a better person. They haven't come in, because I get a lot of people with anxiety who come into the gym, and the first thing they have to do is deal with members, be upfront, but they're not that type of person.
Yeah.
But they've never known to be that type of person, because they've always shied away from it. It's just that generation where, oh no, we don't need to do that, But with where we are, and the opportunities we have to help these guys and empower them, and be strong individuals, and to remind them that, don't settle for second best, don't settle for being average or mediocre. Always strive to be the best you can. Don't look at the person on the left or the right. Just focus on what you need to do to improve and keep moving forward. I guess a lot of, like with social media, we're always looking at what the other guy's doing, and how can I be better than that guy? But it's not a competition.
Mm.
If you look at it, it's not a competition. It's what you want to do to improve your life and what you can do to others to improve theirs. We'll be a happy world, I guess. But that's all I want to say, Marty. I want to say thank you, for this opportunity to be able to do this.
Yeah, thank you also. I appreciate you taking the time and answering the call to come on. I know that we share the same motivation
Yeah.
to try and pass on some of this knowledge off to whoever it is that wants to take it on board and improve themselves, empower themselves, and obviously grow. And just talking with you this evening, it's pretty clear to see why you hold that role and you've held it for the amount of time that you hold it. And I want to wish you all the best also with what you're doing there. You're doing some great work. It's good to always see some you smile when we walk into that gym when we come around. So we've got just
I haven't seen you in a while, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Where you been training?
I was just about to say I got to get there more often. But yeah, thank you so much also. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Yeah, cool. No worries, mate. Thank you.
Awesome. So this is Mani Malaulu and August Collins on the Empowerment Training Show. Love everybody for tuning in.